Sponsored by TCG Player. With the release of Dimension Force, I think that we should take a look at some of the introductory card prices for this, as well as some of the Ghost from the Past 2 and the ban list, some of the unlimits, semi-limits, and limited cards. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. If you guys want to purchase some Dimension Force cards or any other cards you see in this video, or just for any kind of decks for case tournaments, regionals, anything like that, please consider using our TCG affiliate link in the description. Let's go ahead and get right into this market watch. So this is the opening date for Dimension Force. Today is May 20th, 2022, and these are some of the card prices. We can see leading, of course, is Therion King Regulus. Don't think this is a surprise to anyone that this card would be so much, because it is the negate of the engine and the reason why you play the engine. I think this is probably about the correct price. I could see going up a little bit with the success of this engine, which we will see a lot of for nationals and regionals that are going on. Nationals mostly in the European Union, as well as South America and Central America. And then a lot of regionals are coming out this weekend in different states in the US. I think this could go up just a little bit more, but about 60 is pretty much correct for its price. Abolinatus, I think this card's overvalued right now. It's good. It's a good support card and does really take Dragon Link out of the meta, but I don't think it's justified because you don't really summon it all. It's more so for the threat, just in case. You'll summon it against the mirror a couple of times, maybe in a tournament, but really it's not going to come up too often. And then Beyond the Pendulum, really good pendulum support card. This is probably about correct as well. Maybe it could drop to, I'd say the lowest probably maybe like 15 in the next 2 weeks or so, leading up to Tactical Master's release. Yeah, I just don't see this dropping too much, but it would be an easy buyout too. I think that at some point, Beyond the Pendulum could get bought out. Therion Lilyboria, this is really, really low. It might go even a little bit lower within the next two to 3 weeks, which tend to be the lowest price points for a new set. If you guys are looking for Therion, pick these guys up at least right now. You know, Regulus, that's up to you, but definitely Lilyboria, you want to have a playset immediately. And kind of in the same vein, this Colosseum, which is really interesting that it is already like $20. Go ahead and take a look at this specifically. Really interesting. I'll tell you guys if I have these. I have, let's see, I have a Regulus, don't have Abolinatus, I have Athesa Starfrost, Legal Knight, triple this Colosseum, and triple Lilyboria. Actually, technically I have 4, as well as Psychic and Punisher, and 1 Libromancer Fire. I have those cards, but I am not here to make money off the market, and I don't want to do that. I'm just thinking on pure speculation what's going to go up, what's going to go down, just because it's interesting. But Lilyboria, if you want to pick them up now, you know, it's probably a good time. You can get these right now at time of recording for $16.50. And then, you know, right under 17 for a copy. You could also check eBay. I got my playset through a regular seller for like $20 a copy. And that's probably where it's going to stabilize, I'd say, until Therion does really well. And then this is going to be the first, you know, expensive card from the theme that will definitely go up. It will be easier to buy out this card because it is a lower price overall. But you do play more copies of Lily than you play Regulus. So that's that card. This Colosseum, I'm actually impressed that this card's already like $20. I think this is another really easy buyout. Ultras tend to be the easier buyout targets in regular, main booster sets. This was pre-selling for between $10 and $15. The fact that it's already $20 is really nice. If you bought it early, which I think, again, this is the best Therion card overall, and it just does everything. So this is justified, just 100% justified. You do need 3 if you're playing the Therion engine. If you can get them for like 15, that's still a really good price. Even if you end up overpaying, in the next 2 to 3 weeks, that's cool. This card's just going to be always insane so long as it's 3. That's kind of how it is. Illegal Knight, I'm not surprised. This is about correct for the price point. Even though it is a really good card, it's a really good support card for the deck. I just don't see this Ultra being expensive right now. However, I think this is also another easy buyout target because you do play 3 in the Dynamorphia, Albaz, kind of fusion deck variant. Yeah, that's probably correct for now, maybe a little overvalued, but we'll see how it is in the next month or two, especially right before the NAWCQ. Visa Starfrost, probably overvalued. I pulled this from the box opening if you guys haven't seen. A little disappointing that Illegal Knight and Visas are cheap, but that's okay. I really like just the way this card looks. I like the way that it summons itself from the hand. It's also a Yangzing support card. Destroy your Yangzing monster, and then summon it from the hand. It's a tuner. None of the Yangzing cards you want to destroy, so the non-tuners are all different attributes and types, so they work perfectly. You can summon any synchro in the game, basically, off of this card. Kind of a little tangent, but I like the Yangzing theme. It's my favorite theme. Good to see that this card is still cheap, though. I'm still going to pick these up as soon as I can. I want to get, if you're so inclined to get the promos, the ultra rares, they basically stay at the same price. They're like 15 or 20 a copy because they're more exclusive now than they used to be. Psychic and Punisher, if you're playing Punk variants right now, you need at least one of this card. This card's insane. $8. This is like Chaos Ruler. A little bit less hyped. Actually, I'd say way less hyped than Chaos Ruler, but definitely a really strong card for the deck. Magnifica, about the same price as some of the other search cards. The Exceeds Michaelis, it's about what's expected. This card's going to be really good with Power of the Elements because the new Malfa Exosister Malfa is insane support. We will have a deck profile on that later. That deck's really cool afterwards, but until then, I'm not going to even pay attention. Libromancer Fire, actually I have one copy right here. Good price if you want to play Libromancers. Pick them up at $5. The worst they could do is like $1 or $2, but honestly, if you're overpaying by a couple dollars for an entire core, I don't see any issue with it really. Nice Pendulum Graph, nothing to say. The card's kind of irrelevant, unfortunately. Cool card though, really cool that it's the first Ritual Pendulum monster. Rex Term, this is going to be a good card to pick up later. Easy buyout as well. If you were to be careful, of that, because if you guys intend on playing the Dynamorphia fusion deck, you'll want to pick this up as soon as possible. Second to last card is Branded Banishment. Insane support card. You only need one, but you probably will be seeing 3 at some point because it's an activate once per turn, same with Branded Red, and a play through Go spell. But this card is like a fake super polymerization for Branded and Despia decks, and you can target a Despia monster or a level 8 or I think higher, level 8 or higher fusion monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and then you can apply the effect. So you don't have to fusion summon, and you fusion summon using materials from either side of the field. And it's at any level 8 or higher fusion monster. It can be, Guardian Chimera, Mirror Jade, anything like that. It doesn't have to be a Despia monster. If you guys don't have this now, make sure you get at least one of them, especially if you're going to tournaments. You do need to play one of this card in the Despia decks. Then lastly, Endless Engine or Gyro System. You can play this anywhere between 1 copies and 3 copies in Therion decks. This card will probably go up, again, if Therion sees some more success. After this weekend, probably within the next, I'd say 3 or 4 weeks, give it a couple weeks, and then we'll see it increase steadily. Probably could see that hitting about $10 with Colosseum hitting between like 30, depending on if Therions do very well. If they do very well, I could see that. If not, then they'll probably stay at or right below the current prices. Let's go and take a look at some banlist hits right now. Perform Pal Monkey Board. Monkey Board went to 1. We haven't seen it at any quantity. It has not been legal for almost right over 6 years. It was banned February or March of 2016. Pendulum's kind of just got neutered then. Monkey Board went to 1 in 2016, and then later was banned in 2016. So basically, might as well have been 6 years since it's been legal. Hype prices, I really like this card. Perform Pals are the only Pendulum deck I really like. You're seeing like $8 maybe for a near mint unlimited copy. They're all unlimited, of course, because they're from the first OTS pack. Funnily enough, rather. If you like Pendulums, if you want to play Pendulums, pick them up. Hey, they're probably going to stay at this price, if not go up even more, depending on if Pendulums do well, and or if Monkey Board, say, goes to 2 in August, September, October, whenever the next ban list is. Next up, Change of Heart. I'm impressed that the secret rare is this high. I don't think it should be. A lot of this is hype. Good card. I don't think it's going to be as impactful as some people are saying, just because it's like mind control. It literally just it's the same thing. As far as modern Yu-Gi-Oh is concerned, it's the same thing. But I'm a little impressed as well that the secret rares market price for these are higher. However, I can guarantee you that the older printings, Dark Beginning 1, Metal Raiders, let's see, what else do we have? Not Battle Pack. Just those two. So again, Metal Raiders, Dark Beginning 1 will be more expensive overall. So Metal Raiders, so this is let's see, we're going to take a look at Yugi's World first. There are more near mint unlimited copies or first edition copies of the secret rare version. So again, the Yugi World, Change of Heart, secret printing. There are more copies on the market than there are the old ones, especially because of the age of some of the older ones. The Dark Beginning 1 and Metal Raiders are old. Metal Raiders came out in what, 2002, 2003. They are very, very old. Dark Beginning was like a tournament pack, I think, or a reprint set. They're old. I don't think this is sustainable, at least for the secret rare printing. Even though it does look nice. I have them. I have one of them. Well, I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to list it or anything. But this is a little bit too much to be paying for this card right now. Again, I would just wait for this card to simmer. Let's compare it to some of the near mints. So this is actually really hard to gauge. You can see that these 15 are all for like damage, heavily played, mod play, anything like that. It's really hard to get a near mint copy of this. So at light play, and I would even consult something like eBay. These are all limited, so finding a near mint might just be close to impossible. Let's see if we can find one. I'll filter through here. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Just for the light play first edition, even for Portuguese, which are lower value compared to the original English ones, are expensive. And this is hype, unfortunately. But that card is a very important part of the Yu-Gi-Oh history. It has not been around for like 18 years, 17 or 18 years. First edition copies, which are almost impossible to find, and especially for these PSA 6 ones. PSA 6 is not a good grade. That's like your average tournament player has used them. There's some edge wear or close to some edge wear. Even though it may look near mint, there are some characteristics that make it look a little bit more damage compared to everything. It is hard to find these. You will not see these really anywhere. It also has the original Magic text, so Magic card. I don't think the unlimited versions do, because I'm pretty sure the unlimited versions may have been from the 2011, 2012, or 2013 reprint. I'm not sure which year it was, because none of this is really well documented. But you can see they're expensive. I mean, really, I wouldn't pay for this. Very good collector card, though. If you like investing in Yu-Gi-Oh!, you like collecting old cards, seriously, these are really good prices. This will only go up in the future, unfortunately. Fortunately or unfortunately for some people. We can go and take a look at the chart. So for the past year, I mean, first edition 200, now that it's playable, technically, you see it spike. It's really gone up since then. Yeah. If you're a collector, go for it. I mean, this stuff is nice. It looks nice. I love the card art. We're eventually going to have an art series where we're going to take a look at some of the old card art, what differentiates it between kind of the classic Yu-Gi-Oh look and modern Yu-Gi-Oh, and kind of look at what makes these old cards look nice. That's going to be a really interesting thing. Just because of my background, I think it's interesting. No one talks about it. No, people talk about card art, but they don't talk about why it looks the way it does and some of the inspiration or anything like that. And then Dark Beginning, again, it's going to be all, as far as I'm aware, it's going to be only unlimited. So it's like a tournament pack. It'll only have limited prints. $100 for it. Again, for an ultra rare, not bad, but this is definitely a collector's card. Average player is probably not going to be playing it. If you are, cool. That's awesome that you have that, because it's its own card. It has the spell card text on it, doesn't have the magic card anymore, and that is one reason why the Change of Heart is really hard to find now, especially first edition. Next up we have Jet Synchron. I love this card. I'm sad that Mega Phantom Beast of Rorodon went to 0, but I absolutely love Jet Synchron. I love playing this because I was playing this originally in the 10E version of it just spammed a bunch of random synchros and links. Back in when 10U was released. I was playing it way back then, kind of as a stun version, but still played this. First edition light plays. This came out of Structure Deck, 2016, I think. $7, basically almost the price of the Structure Deck when it first came out. It's justified. It's the only hollow printing. Enough to say about that, though. And then Yugioh went to 1 finally. This card was on the first ban list, so it used to be that there were only limited cards on the Forbidden Limited list. Then it was just called the Limited list. This was one of the first cards ever banned. It has not been legal for 18 years. It just came back to 1. People are hyped. Reasonably so. Hey, if you can get a PSA, even these prices are really good. I'll have to check eBay later. But this is good. These are justified. I mean, really, unfortunately, because they're collectors, it's been banned forever. If you were born when this card was banned, you would be an adult now in the US. Again, justified. It's not good. It's not really a good card. I don't think it's impactful in the game, but it is definitely warranted. That price is definitely warranted. I don't think it's going to go down any soon. I think it's only going to go up over the next couple of years, especially the first editions. They're really hard to find too. And then we have Time Seal. Hasn't done anything. Hasn't been printed though since Dark Beginning 1, so same thing as Change of Heart. And this was right before they were banned, as far as I'm aware, or when they were banned. I don't know. Not doing anything, but if it ever gets a holo print, maybe we'll see it go up. And then, of course, the Therions, like I said, just to recap those are important to know. Sun Avalon Dryas, this was a deck that I really like that I'm going to feature later on. Plays Therions, plays 3 Lilyboria, anything like that. This is the best Link 1 that they have, probably the best Link 1 plant monster, close to one of the best plant Link monsters printed. The other being Aromaseraphic Jasmine, other being, the new Sylvan Link 2. Adds you a card, you get to special summon a card. It's crazy. I mean, that's what it is. So if you want to play the plant version, you got to pick them up now. These cards, I don't think they're going to go down. And if this deck, again, sees any more hits, or any more success, you'll probably be going up. Next up, we have Sunbine Thrasher. You can summon this. I actually don't think it's great to summon this deck. Really, you're looking more so at Healer. Healer is the card you summon usually, but this can help you go for OTKs in the deck. But it also takes a plant monster, so it's an alternate summon to Dryas. Especially if you need you run out of Dryas for something for the combo. Main combo takes 2 Dryas. Then thereafter you can summon Sunbine Thrasher. But good prices for these. Again, you only need to really play 1 or 2 of these at most. Good pickups though. Then we have Salmon Great Circle. This card finally went to 3. I'm glad this card went to 3 over Gazelle. I think this card's way more fair. And it's overall, it's not a better card than Gazelle. Gazelle should stay at 1 though, because Gazelle is the far more powerful card, but the consistency is fine too. Being able to protect your Salmon Great Link monster from Nibiru is, of course, good. You can only activate 1 per turn, of course. $4, again, justified. I could see this being reprinted in the next Battle of Legend, the Crystal's Revenge, in September, though. I wouldn't be surprised if even we saw a reprint of it earlier, but until then, I think it's fine. $4 for it. If you want to play Salmon Great with Adventure or just Salmon Great on its own, hey, more power to you. Sally also went to 3. Or 2, something like that. Yeah, you only need to play 1 really in any Salmon Great version now. Similar vein, Balinks only has 1 printing in the structure deck as well, so $3.50, completely justifiable too. This card probably will eventually be $10 if it is not ever reprinted, especially in the next year or so, as more disappear from the TCG marketplace or get damaged from tournament play, anything like that. Then like Spinny and Foxy are kind of up there too. Foxy has been reprinted though, but the secret rare version does look really nice. Again, if you want to play Salmon Great, now is probably the time to pick them up, especially right before the NAWCQ. You'll probably see some representation, maybe in top 32, definitely in top 128 there. We'll just have to see though. And then Korobane, we have both the Prismatic Secrets from 2020's tins at $4 to $5, maybe $6 if you want to play a set. About $5. Okay, so not too bad. Of course, Michael State here. About $5. So not too bad. And then the Savage Strike versions, Light Play First Edition is $10. I would play the Ultra over the Secret. I like the way Ultras look over Prismatic Secrets and regular Secrets. Impressed to see this card is this expensive though. Hasn't done anything quite yet, but it was bought out. There were a lot of people buying out specifically the Ultras. They are easier to buy out than Secrets, and generally they have higher price fluctuations and higher profit margins compared to their original price point and then their buyout price point. Let me know what you guys think about all these prices. I'm really glad that there are some competitive cards to see in here. Kind of more casual rogue duelist cards to see in here, like the Trickstar Korobane, and Light Stage is also going up a little bit. And I'm glad to see more of the classic cards. Change of Heart, Yugioh, Time Seal overall increase in price, especially those first edition collector's cards. Those are really nice to pick up, and they look really nice in person too. Let me know if I missed anything in here and what you guys think about some of these cards, and if there are any other cards you guys may want to see in the future, or that I should kind of keep my my eye on. Again, if I own some of these, I'll tell you guys. If I own them though, I'm probably not selling them, and I picked up like the Therion stuff for good reason. I want to play those cards. Yeah, I think that's all. Again, if you guys want to use the affiliate link in the description, please do so. Greatly supports the channel, and we really appreciate it. This is Eric with OzoneTCG. See you guys in the next one.